What's up, guys? You know what it is. I'm early again. This time I'm not so early, but I decided when I'm waiting in the car, I do a short vlog. Today's vlog, I'm going to talk about the questions to expect when you're going to apply for your au pair visa. So the time I went, don't worry me looking around, I'm just trying to see if they're already coming out. Not yet. The time I went, so there's the bus, thank God it came before I started packing, and I'm wavering here and there. The time I went there, they didn't ask so much questions, but I'm just telling you, it's today's vlog is actually a bit short, because I'm just telling you this. If you're planning to go, or if you already have a visa appointment, or if you're planning to go for your au pair visa appointment, these are the questions. They are most probably, I don't know if it's too bright. I'm trying to close up here so that maybe you can see me better. I mean, the sun is good and all, but yeah, I think it's better when I close. So, as I was saying, of course, they're going to ask you, if you have a German language certificate, which is A1 for au pair. I've talked that about before, but I'm just going to repeat it for those who, if you didn't watch the video, it's somewhere among my first vlogs that I posted. They're going to ask you if you have a German A1 visa. Of course, you're going to be having it. So they're going to ask you first of all, they're going to ask you for all the documents you have. So make sure you contact check that. They're going to ask for all the documents you have. Then once you give them the documents, then they're going to, maybe in case they don't see where your certificate is, they're going to ask for it. But if it's there, they're not going to ask for it. And then the interview is going to take part in English. The interview is not going to take part in English. It's going to take part in German. Germany is a country in German, because they want to gauge how much you understand, or how much you can communicate auf Deutsch. Of course, they know you're du bist ein Anfänger oder Anfängerin, so they're not going to ask you such complicated questions. They only want to know if, when they ask you a few questions, the simple questions they ask, if you can answer them. For example, if you can they're going to ask you to introduce yourself. They're going to ask you how old you are and stuff. They're going to ask you a little bit about your family, if you have siblings, your mom and dad, They're going to ask you, these are the simple questions they're going to ask you. I just missed the perfect parking spot there, but now I'm not going to move, because if I leave here, out of the topic. So they're going to ask you a little bit about your family, so you have to introduce yourself, about your family and stuff. Then they're going to ask you how you met your host family, and then they're going to ask you how you met your host family, or you don't have to go into specific details, how blah blah blah, or how you found. But that, I think that by then, the time I applied for mine, they asked me, but they might not ask. So they're also going to ask you how many children your host family has. So make sure these are the things you're supposed to be knowing. You're supposed to know how many children you're supposed to be taking care of. People think I'm recording them. There's a lady here, see, she missed a spot, now she has to go round and round. And she has to park at a spot that's not allowed. Out of the topic, back to the topic. I'm sorry, today I'm wavering. So, excuse me, I have about 10 minutes or so. Yeah, they're going to ask you about your host kids. So you have to know their host family's name, both the names, the host mom, the host dad, and you're supposed to know also the host family's kids. Kid or kids, it doesn't matter. You're supposed to know their names. You're supposed to know their age, because it makes no sense. You go there, you want to go to be an au pair in a certain family, and then you don't know the names of the host parents, and also you don't know the name of the kids. You don't know the ages of the kids, which is really important. The ages and the names of the kids you have to know, because you have to know what family you're going to, and which family you're going to do your au pair program with. So keep that in mind. Another thing they're going to ask you is how long you intend to stay. So say what's in the contract. The contract says 12 months. Say you're going to stay for 12 months, because as I said before, for non-EU people, we have a bit of a disadvantage. It's only 12 months, no more, no less, just 12 months. So let's say you're going to stay for there for 12 months, and then they're going to ask you do you plan to come back to your home country when you go as au pair? Don't be foolish and say no. Just say yes. After 1 year, I'm planning to come back. And then also say that you're going there to learn about the new culture, learn about the country's culture and learn about the new language. And then after your 1 year au pair is finished, then you're going to come back. So don't at any point say that you're not planning to come back. Just say after that, after your 1 year experience there, you're planning to come back to your home country and maybe go and work in a kindergarten or also go work with children. But don't at any point say that you are not planning on coming back. Once you say that, that's it, my dear. You can forget about getting a positive visa request. What else are they going to ask you? I've said introduction of talking about your family hospital. Yeah, maybe they're going to ask you if you're aware of the tasks you're going to be doing there. Yeah, they're going to be asking you about the tasks. So yeah, make sure also you read the contract and you know each and every point that the contract says, so that if they ask you about what are you supposed to be doing, of course your main priority is the kids, of course, but because also they quickly browse through the contract to see if anything there is listed or not, and if they ask you what you're supposed to do, if you decided on anything else apart from just the kids, make sure please you study your contract well, and make sure it's signed. Also, make sure it is also signed by the host family, because you might have the au pair contract the host family is going to send you, and then once you come to the embassy, the day of your visa appointment, you find out that the host family has not signed the au pair contract, and that's going to be cancelled because they can't move forward. So make sure your au pair contract is signed by both you and the host family. What might they ask you a little bit? Yeah, I think that's it, because they know you're an Anfänger, you're a beginner, so they're not going to ask you. The questions are going to be also simple, but they're not going to be yes or no. They can't just ask you an example of yes or no questions. Hast du das Familie selber gefunden? Yeah, that's a yes or no questions. Meaning, did you find the family by yourself? Yes, no. Those are yes or no questions. They're going to ask you questions that you're supposed to give an answer. It doesn't have to be a complicated, long answer, but it's supposed, yeah, they're going to ask you something that's going to make you talk to them in German, because they want to gauge your German level. And yeah, and try your best. Just answer in German. Don't say, Kann I answer in English, or darf ich auf Englisch antworten? Das geht nicht. It doesn't work that way. Just people are looking for parking spaces that I'm here. Just try as much as you can. I have to go. I'm going to finish it quickly. Try as much as you can to answer the questions in German, even if it's the most broken German. You can just talk the broken German. It's better than nothing, because of course they know you're a starter or rather a beginner, and yeah, they're not going to ask you complicated questions or things that they know you can't answer, because A1 German is really, that's nothing. Yeah, for those of us who can speak good German, A1 German is really nothing. I'm sorry, but I don't know the correct one to use. So what else? Yeah, I think those are the few questions that they're going to ask. What else was I asked by then? Yeah, and then after they ask me those questions, then after they've asked me questions, they check the papers, then she switched back to English, and she asked me, I hope your family is a good family, and I hope you enjoy your pair year, blah blah blah. But the lady I found that day was a really, really nice lady, and but don't expect the questions. The questions are all going to be in German, and then maybe afterwards when you finish, then maybe the interviewer is going to then switch to English, or may not, but try your best to talk in German. So I think those are the few questions. They don't ask much questions. Yeah, those are the few questions, because they only want to gauge your German level and how well you know the host family. So guys, that's it, and I only have how many minutes? Tip with my nose. I have 5 minutes to spare. These 5 minutes I'm going to let me put my papers inside the bloody hop. You have to see my im Handschuhfach. I had to put my papers in the glove compartment of the car. So that's it. I hope you can hear me. So guys, that's it, and that's that. And now I have to go quickly and get my kids from kindergarten. People are waiting for parking spaces. So thank you so much for watching, and see you guys later. Be good, be nice, and be blessed.